Hey everybody, Jamie Pate here, and welcome to this video. It's the middle of the month, which means we have a memory planner check-in, if you will. Brand new Heidi Swapp Stop the Blur has hit the shop. New class video is up, and we're here for it. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the part of the show where we check in and do a walkthrough of the previous month. By way of disclaimer, I work backwards in my memory planner. It's not a planner for planning my days and making goals. It's a memory planner, a type of scrapbooking, if you will, but set up on a calendar. And for me, I have to share this part. For me, this concept is actually a great way to remember if I want to tell a bigger story in a scrapbook traditional layout at another time. It's almost like a catalog. It's a catalog of memories based on the day. Okay. So presently I am working through this. Well, I've just started in April, this ledger planner. It's still available. There's a brand new planner in the shop. I don't know the name of it. I assume Rainbow. I don't know. And I didn't start with it mainly because I love the pink that is inside here. So I have 4 page spreads that I want to share with you all today. And then there's something at the end that it's a question that I want to answer and do that sort of by show and tell. All right, so we're in April, and I have started this month off with a lot of the April Stop the Blur kit. It's actually still available because it's the anniversary of Stop the Blur. So if you are brand new to this idea and you're like, well, I like that or what have you, check out the shop. All of the vault is open for Stamp Society as well as Stop the Blur. And so that's really fun. So happy anniversary to Stop the Blur. It's 3 years. Isn't that crazy? If you start from the beginning, you have 3 years of these books. Anyway, this 1st of April starts off big time with the April Stop the Blur kit. I have used the April agenda stamp pretty heavily here on this kind of like a word bubble, a word cloud. And then happiness is part of the washi tape. Now I do some sample work for the Heidi Swapp shop, as well as the Heidi Swapp Stamps Instagram feed. And so this was one I had done for a sample, but I always hang on to these, and I'll talk about that more in a moment. I always hang on to these because I know I'm going to use them somewhere. So I loved starting the month off with this tag here, and this is all Color Collective, the blush. The blush went really nicely with this sort of peachy, orangey kind of color vibe. The Stop the Blur is part of that month's printable from April. And then so is this little pocket here. And then today is an alpha. I want to say it goes back to October. I was pulling a lot of alphas this time. I feel like, maybe not. Maybe I just stuck with the same one. But I was looking, and here's a little thing too. So you can notice on my today, I used uppercase and then a lowercase y. That's because I ran out of a y in the uppercase. So I just grabbed a lowercase, and I'll do that if I need to. So that worked for that. Now, what was really fun, I want to talk about this a couple times. This piece to the April kit is, I wonder if I have one here. It's these die cut phones, if you will, like phones, right? These are actually available for purchase in the shop, which is fantastic. I had a lot of fun with them. At first I was like, nah, I'm probably not going to use them. I might have used them on every page, actually. I really had a hoot with them. So what I did here was I just took a photo and I kind of just kept trimming it down till it fit inside. So it looks like, I've sent somebody a message. Today was a fabulous day at the park. Okay, so for this little piece here, what I did, now that's a sticker that is from the kit as well. And so what I did for that was I used my computer and I printed out my little text. Today was a fabulous day at the park, and pretended that the puffy heart was a little emoji. And then I printed it out on vellum sticker paper. So then I cut it real slim, and then it fit right on that like the text bubble from the sticker sheet that was in that kit. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. I did that over and over again. It sounds complicated, but it really wasn't. If you have a word processor, if you use Photoshop Elements and you know how to type text and you know how to print it, then that is pretty straightforward how to go about that. So I did that again and again. And then here was a little pocket, and I added this the circle comes with it actually. And I just added some journaling to there. And then I made this little photo flip because we had a big park day to start the month off with. And so I just used my sticker paper to make this little creased folded flap. And then this last photo collage is sitting on the page itself. So that is the first spread I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, we're popping in here to the first full week of April, and I stayed really neutral. And this is a part of the show where we'll talk about here in a moment where I pulled from previous kits. And I just kind of looked for things that sort of match this real pale pink. So that's what that. So here, I still think I need something for the top of this, but this is a piece of paper from the Set Sail collection, and there's journaling under there, and then photo, and then my Mindset Monday. I try to post those every Monday from John Gordon on my Instagram stories, and then journaling under there from a tag that was from a previous kit. This pocket was like literally hanging around. It's from a previous kit. So is this file folder that I cut in almost in half. I can't show you the picture underneath because that's kind of a coming soon situation. This create little flap I made using the June agenda. Oh my gosh. You have to have that stamp set. If you're like, oh, what do I want, and you want to get that one. I'm just saying. Don't wish for it, work for it is from the quote pad. I printed a long photo here. It's actually from one of my stories. And then I have a picture here of a team meeting with my friends Kim and Lindsay and some notes about that. I just have photos on here. Can you kind of see the grid hanging out here? And then I used one of these older windows and tags, and I documented my son's first track meet and added journaling to that. And then just, again, some older stickers and some older alpha stickers as well, an older definition sticker. So it's always behooves you to find a way to organize your previous kits. There's no one way. It's the way that works for you. And so that's kind of how this came about. So the hello is something I die cut here in the studio. This is a little tag that's from the long tags. They kind of look like this. I have them right here. It's from that. And I just made it super short and added a beautiful mess on there. Then this is a file folder that I made a little flippy out of and added a photo and added some journaling into there. Again here, let me show you here with this phone die. What I did this time is I printed a longer photo and then I cut around with a craft knife to kind of give that whole little looking like it's really actually on a phone. And I went and I wanted to verify this. So yeah, it's like that part right up there, right? It's the photo fits underneath it. So I thought that would be fun to do that again. And then I made another little text bubble. And then here, this is a trick from Heidi's April class. This is something that she shared in there. But mine's a little different in that I have a larger photo on the front, but this still flips open. And then you have these photos that kind of appear to float because they are attached to plastic paper. Had fun with that. I will be doing that again. Lots of journaling inside there. This was Easter. I did keep our Easter menu. It's every year. It's the same thing. What did we have last year? Oh, I don't know. Don't we just have the same thing? Well, I think so. Well, I wish I could remember. I should really write that down. So I wrote it down. Okay, this next spread I want to share with you is, I have failed to put my month marker up here, so I need to get April up there. And this is kind of living within the tattered rose scheme of color. Again, from the April kit, but the goals was the alphas that I used here and here is from an older kit. And I'm not really quite sure which one. I'm sorry. I wish I knew that, but I don't. Here is a quote that I had on my Instagram feed and a photo from my walk, and I made a flippy out of that and put journaling underneath. Now, this was the beginning of Heidi Swapp Stamp's Instagram feed. So this was the tag that I believe is part of, I think it's the profile picture. And so I put that there because I really wanted to remember when did that feed start, and just some notes that kind of went along with that. Underneath here is basically a grid. So photo here is from, I think this is from last May's kit. There was a circle sticker, added journaling there. This is a vellum pocket. I have cardstock in there and then journaling underneath that. This was originally how I was documenting Heidi Swapp stamps, and I changed that. This too, I think, is also from last May, and that's just kind of stuff literally going on right now. This is a notepad from a previous kit, and there was this pink hue, and so I used it. And then I cut out a piece of pattern paper here for a full page of documenting the day with some journaling. So then we get into the fun part of the week where I went up and watched my granddaughter for the weekend. So it was Weekend with Anita. You know, I was trying to take it off that movie, you know, Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah. Okay. So only a little bit dramatic. It's from a past printable, and it was literally floating around here. And I'm like, well, that fits her perfectly. So I stamped this love is from the February agenda stamp, and it's also on the same pattern paper as I used right here. And then I just kind of bullet pointed what I love. Love after nap snuggles, love playing peekaboo, love walks holding my finger, love morning dance party. So that was a fun, I decided to make that a prompt, and that could be a really fun thing going forward with these agenda stamps, is just using that the theme of the month as a prompt. There is the grid color collective tag underneath here. I layered it with another tag from a previous kit, and I put her age on here. And this happy day was from March's kit, and I just tied it on there with a piece of metallic thread. This is a flip. I think it's called a photo flip, and I only have 2 photos in here because the rest I had a lot of journaling to share, and so I stamped that little part right there as well. There's a million things you could do with these photo flips. That's what I did with this one. Here I used the white phone and did the same thing, trimmed around there. It's a little tricky, but just take your time. And if that's something you want to do, you can get that done. You just got to make sure you have your photo. I have no idea what the dimensions are to this photo. I just made sure it fit inside as I trimmed it down. And then I did double text bubble here. And so that is that spread. Okay, we're going to flip forward to the beginning of May. I'm going to share the first part of May with you guys. This is using May's Stop the Blur kit. And it is such a beautiful and fantastic kit. It is so colorful. It is so bright. I love the quotes that are in here. Wake up and do the best that you can. Oh, I love that so much. And this is actually supposed to sit on top of here. And I need to go back and rework this because I actually want my photo to fit in here. So that's why that's not here. But that needs to go there. And then these guys flip out and there's journaling that can go on there, which I haven't done that yet. So this is a little bit of a page in progress. Do you do that? Do you have things kind of like at the ready? You know they're going to go in a place, but they haven't quite made it there yet. So then I took one of the labels and stamped May. This is from the stamp that's part of this month's kit. Keep going. You got this. Super love this stamp set. It is so good. The whole currently thing, I love the currently idea. And so I added the currently note tag here with the tape from the kit. I went ahead and put Here Comes the Sun because it seriously was documenting, like May came and the sun came with it. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a vellum butterfly that's part of the kit underneath this die cut butterfly from some of the new ledger paper. And then a photo here that I kept the bottom open and I added my journaling on a little tag there. Focusing was also part of this month's stamp. And then here we are with the Stamp Society. Have you seen the Stamp Society yet? I mean, I'm sure you have. I have been posting this in a lot of places so far. This is a super, super fun stamp set. And so what I did is I stamped several and die cut them. There's also a die that goes with this ticket idea. There's 3 dies to it. And so these 2 are all strictly from the Stamp Society. This one has Stamp Society on the back. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this little circle thing, so ignore that. But the shine was from, is that May's agenda stamp? I think so. And then what I decided to do was to use the backs of these for journaling. So this is a fun way to add journaling into your memory planner. And then here is one of the tabs, one of the ghost tabs. So these just fit right in there and they're easy to come out. They're not going to go anywhere. I'm going to be loving this right here. Okay, let's segue to my next little part. So I've recently been asked, how is it that you label your kits? So here's how I keep my kits. I believe this basket is from Walmart or something like that. And it just happens to be wide enough for my kits to sit inside. I have 23 in here and I have 22 in here. I have not organized my kits and broken them up yet. The only thing I have actually broken up so far, let me show you, are the stamps. I'm starting to pull the stamps out and keep them separate and much more accessible. I want to just be able to flip through it and see, is this going to work? Is that going to work? So the stamps are starting to make their way into this large stadium organizer. And I think I'm really liking that idea. But the way that I label my Stop the Blur kits is this is from the printable. And here is May's printable. And at the very bottom right-hand corner, you get a Stop the Blur, you get the month, you get the date, you get the color palette. So all I do is I just come in here and I just trim that out. And it just becomes a great little tab for keeping my kits organized. Now, you might not be one who likes to organize by kit. I'm still doing that. And I can't really, I was thinking about this. Why exactly have I not broken these up by color yet? I really don't have a good answer for you, except that I think, the only thing I can think of is that I think by kit, if that makes sense. So, you know, I have 21 that I will, if I have anything left from the 21 kits, I will go and break those up. I am tempted to go ahead and break up my alpha stickers because I do use those so much. So I just slip it underneath in between, I don't know if you could tell, I slip it in between the plastic and there's this little fabric part of the zipper. And that is where I put my label. And it's just ready to go. So that's a super little easy way to keep your kits organized. And so I keep my tops open so I can literally just kind of go through. But there does come a point in time where I'm like, you know what? I know where I want to have these. Like, I know where I want to have my stamps. So I'm going to move my stamps to another location. So that is a look at this month's Stop the Blur in April. I will share the rest of the pages next month. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking through the links. That really helps support this channel and enables me to continue to share this with you. And if you have any questions, if you have something you want to see in future videos, please let me know what those are. And enjoy stopping the blur, and I will see you in the next video.